Hello, this is Richard Jacobs from Speakeasy Marketing. Today I'm going to start a series of case studies of the different types of lawyers that I speak to and consult with. And why is this relevant to you? Well, everyone believes their situation is unique, and it's true. Everyone's situation is unique to a certain extent. Just like every case that you take is unique to a certain extent. But there's a lot of factors that are really similar. And just as you draw on your past experience on cases to address new ones that come up, and you say, you know what, this is very similar to a case I had before with a few tweaks, but I know how to handle it. Just as you do that, I do the same thing when I consult with attorneys. So I'm going to go through a couple different scenarios, and let's start with one. So I just had this conversation today. Young lawyer, he's been out there for 2 years, doesn't really have a book of business, does a bunch of practice areas, and he's getting occasional work from senior attorneys that, either they have difficult clients they don't want to deal with, so they send it to him, or they have clients where their fee is too high and the client just can't afford it, so again, they'll send it to him. Now, this guy's lucky because he has a family member that's very, very experienced in the law, been doing law for 30 or 40 years, and he also gets some referrals from him. But he called me today and he says, what should I do? Should I work on SEO? What can I do to get clients coming in the door? I don't really have a lot of money. This guy told me he's been taking court-appointed cases to survive, and he recently got another gig that's going to pay about $3,500 a month for a period of months, but that's going to run out, in 4 to 6 months. So he asked me what to do. So I can't tell him, you've got to do this, that, and the other, and spend all this money. I had to really think, all right, if I'm in this situation, don't have a lot of money, I need to build up my marketing, what do I do? So I think back to what I know. So I know that there's long-term strategies in marketing, such as SEO, working on your website, and long-term meaning really a year to be fully fledged and operational and profitable and a good ongoing source of marketing. So SEO is one of them, working on your website. Doing a newsletter to past clients to remind them of who you are and to stimulate referrals, also really great thing, but again, more long-term. So I'm thinking some more, and I think, all right, let's talk about short-term. I ask him, do they have direct mail in your area? And he says, yes. I've had some clients come in and bring letters and all that stuff. I'm talking about this for criminal defense, for bankruptcy, for family law, for auto accidents. Those are the practice areas that typically have direct mail capabilities, meaning you can get the name and address of people in these situations and send them mail, as long as it's State Bar compliant. Anyway, this is a short-term strategy. It's a fast-acting result. The reason why is you mail someone a letter, or you mail out 400 letters, within a week or less, you're going to either start getting calls or you won't. So you'll know pretty quickly if it's working for you or not. So we go through this with him, and I'm talking to him about the cost. It runs usually $1 per name to get the person's name and address, and then maybe $1 for fulfillment, licking, stamping, printing, all that, sending out your letters. So $2 a person. So with a limited budget, he can send about 300 letters a month, which is a great start. 1,000 would be far better, but he can do it. He's going to do the fulfillment himself, so that knocks $1 off the cost. So now it's only about $1 to do it. And then he tells me some of the lists he can get at 50 cents a name. So actually, he'll be able to do 1,000 letters a month. So I told him, that's what you want to do right now. You want to do this short-term strategy. He asked me about pay-per-click on Google, Google AdWords. I told him, I said, you can do it, but it's extremely expensive. You really can't touch it without a budget of probably at least $1,500 a month. And even then, it takes a lot of testing and tweaking to make it work. It is short-term. It is fast-acting, just like doing direct mail, but very expensive, very difficult. I also talked to him briefly about Facebook pay-per-click. Not Facebook getting likes and all that stuff, but actual advertising on Facebook to get people to click and come to your site and call you. Yes, Facebook is doing this now. Also, very difficult to make work. A lot cheaper, usually about $1, maybe $1.50 a click. So you can have a, $1,000 per month budget, maybe probably even more. But again, very difficult to make work, but fast acting. What else can you do? All right, so there's buying leads from lead providers, so they have them for bankruptcy and family law and criminal defense, DUI. So there's places like Total Attorneys, Lead Rival, Legal Match, that kind of stuff. That's again fast acting, possibly immediate results, but again also somewhat expensive. And just to summarize here, so fast acting things are good for a start. Why? Because they can provide immediate clients, possibly immediate cash flow. The problem is, as soon as you stop them, it's like turning the lights off, and then you get no more business from it. They're done, finished. So that's fast acting. Slow acting, but long term, is working on your website, SEO, doing referral-based marketing, those kinds of things. Those things work great, but they take time. So the detriment is if you're starving to death, or if you don't have a lot of clients, you can't just do that alone because you might not make it. If you've been around for a while and you're doing better, great, then you can do that, but not off the start. So what I counseled this guy to do was to combine one short-term and one long-term strategy. So what he's decided to do is we're going to do some direct mail with him for the short term because it's not that expensive, and we're going to do newsletters to past clients and newsletters to other attorneys that can refer him business, like a once-a-month communication. We're going to build him a list of 500 attorneys in certain practice areas, 500 of his past clients eventually. We're going to build it up. He only has a few right now. But that's what we chose to do. And we have a balance here, again, of short-term and long-term. And I think he's going to be a good success. And down the road, when he builds up some more money and a war chest of a little bit of spend, now you want to turn him on to some SEO and get his website going and turn that into a source of clients. So next time I do another podcast audio here, I'm going to go into another situation, another species of attorney that I run into. But that's the case study for today. If you fit this mold, or even if your business is radically different, I can still help address what's going on with you and come up with some marketing that will help you grow your practice. So to engage and contact me, go to speakeasymarketinginc.com or call 888-225-8594. Take care.